Guys, let's start solving some things using properties of squares. So the problem says to find the side lengths of the square. Okay, which they gave us AS is y minus 1 and a to the I is 2y minus 5. So I'm going to go ahead and label my picture. Remember, it's always helpful to label your picture in geometry. So AS is y minus 1. Alright, and AI is 2y minus 5. So if I need to solve things about a square, I need to remember the properties, which I have over here. So because a square is a parallelogram, it contains all the properties of a parallelogram. If it is a rectangle, it also contains all the properties of a rectangle. And if it's a rhombus, it also contains all the properties of a rhombus. Okay, so we need to figure out how to solve this thing using all these properties. Alright, which using the definition, didn't mean to do that. Using our definition, sorry guys, using our definition of a square, it's a parallelogram of 4 right angles and 4 congruent sides. Which remember, the 4 right angles makes it a rectangle, and the 4 congruent side makes it a rhombus. Okay, so can I use any of that information to help me solve? Well, this has to do with side lengths of a square. So do any of these things pertain to the side lengths of a square? Holy hot dog. In a square, it has 4 congruent sides. Say what? So that means every side is equal in length. So this side is congruent to that side, which is congruent to that side, and is congruent to that side. So if we're trying to find the side lengths, all of them should be the same. So I know that AI, the length of AI, equals the length of IL, which equals the length of SL, which equals the length of a to the s. So if I find one of them, I technically know what all of them are, which is pretty cool. Okay, and so yeah, so let's set this up. So if these two are equal to each other or congruent, how are we going to set this up? You guys are so smart. You do just set them equal to each other, which once we find the value of y, we can use that y value to substitute back in and find the length of the sides. Okay, so I'm going to go back to here now. So we know that 2y minus 5 equals y minus 1. So let's start solving this thing for y. So the first thing, we need to bring our y's together. So the way I'm going to bring y to the other side, since it's positive, I'm going to subtract that thing on both sides. Which y minus y cancels and turns to 0, and 2y minus y, which is secretly a 1y, will give me a 1y or just the y. Okay, so now we have y minus 5 equals a negative 1. Alright, so now I must get y on one side by itself. So how do I bring my negative 5 to the other side? You guys are so smart, you do add it on both sides, the opposite. So negative 5 plus 5 cancels and turns to 0. Negative 1 plus 5 gives me a 4. So y equals 4. Yay! Alright, and we can use this information to help us find AS and AI, which, guess what, you guys, it's the same as all the other sides. And I know if I find one, technically I know the other, but it does not hurt to check our answer to make sure we did it correctly. So I'm going to do that over here. Alright, so we're going to solve for AS, which is y minus 1. Alright, and we're also going to solve for AI, which equals 2y minus 5. Alrighty, so let's get to solving, you guys. So, everywhere I spot a y, I'm going to replace it with a 4. Okay, so we're going to have 4 minus 1. So, AS equals y, which is 4. So, 4 minus 1. Which, guess what, you guys? 4 minus 1 gives us 3. So AS is 3. Yay! So if we do it correctly, I should get the same thing for AI. So AI equals 2 times my y, which y is 4. So 2 times 4 minus 5. Let's see if we get the same thing, which we should get 3 if we do it correctly. So AI equals 2 times 4, which is 8. And 8 minus 5 is 3. Yay, we did it correctly. Alright, which if 2 of these are 3, that means that all of them are going to be 3. So that means that AI is 3. IL is 3. SL is 3. And AS is 3. And that would be our final answer. Nice job, you guys.